For those of you who know my channel, I'm new to the black metal subgenre, but let me tell you the real reason why I decided to review this album. One day, a few weeks ago, I decided to click on this music video that was on YouTube. I saw that it was by Ihsahn, but I was not sure that it was a new song or what it was. I don't even remember what song it was. I think it was the first single, which was Pilgrimage to Oblivion. So I click on it and I was like, oh wow, this is unlike anything I've ever heard before. It was very big and epic, and I was immediately drawn into this song. So that got me curious about this artist. So today I'm talking about the self-titled album by Ihsahn, released on February 16th through Candlelight Records. The album cover is pretty cool. It's a black and white picture with antlers. This album would look good up on the mantle. So that's a black metal dad joke. I hope some of you got it, but it was requested that I do more of these. But anyway, I'm going to do what I always do, give you a quick history, go over some of the album details, and then go through some of the songs. So let's get into this. First, a quick history. Ihsahn is best known for being in the band Emperor. He's from Norway. He's a multi-instrumentalist, vocalist, and composer. He formed Emperor in 1991, but he has been a solo artist since 2006. His musical style includes classical, industrial, and progressive elements, and he's known to be instrumental in starting the symphonic black metal genre. He's also been very influential on metal, even back when he was making music with Emperor. Those albums were considered to be ahead of their time. By the way, the debut album, In the Nightside Eclipse, is celebrating an anniversary this month, so look out for my full review coming soon. But after he left Emperor, he became a solo artist, and he continued to play black metal, but it had more progressive, symphonic, and avant-garde elements. He says his current album is pushing boundaries more than ever now, so let's talk more about this self-titled album. This album is a concept album about a hero's epic journey. There are two versions, a metal version and an orchestral version. Both versions will have the same songs. He considers this to be his most ambitious album yet. There are 11 songs. I'm going to talk about 5 components comprising this album. So let's get into the first one. The first component of the album I want to talk about is the black metal aspect of this album. Ihsahn is very well known in the black metal subgenre, so most likely anything that he does will reflect this style of music. I will be honest, all of the songs have elements of black metal in them, but I would not say anything here is a true black metal song. They all have different elements to them. I think the one thing that ties all these songs together, barring the instrumentals, are the vocals. Ihsahn has a traditional black metal style when he delivers the vocals. There are also cleans, I'll talk about that later. I think the one song that stood out is called Pilgrimage to Oblivion. I felt this was the only song where I heard the traditional black metal style guitars and blast beats. Let me play a clip of it. There's also a song called Hubris and the Blue Devils, where the orchestra was actually playing in an almost black metal style. Let me play a clip of that. The second aspect of the album is the progressive metal aspect of this album. Most of the songs had some prog in it. This was most apparent in the clean vocals that were used in almost all of the songs. The one song that stood out as being the most progressive of the album is called A Taste of Ambrosia. This one actually reminded me of the band Dream Theater a little. I felt they used more melodic guitars as opposed to the dark black metal style guitars. Let me play a clip of that. There were other songs such as Blood Trails to Love, where they used different time signature changes to give it a progressive metal feel. The third aspect is the use of the orchestra, or pretty much most of the album. The symphonic metal aspect of the album All the songs had a very big orchestral sound, and most of the orchestration was very big and epic. Some of the songs stood out as having some memorable sounds, such as the song Twice Born, which had some parts that reminded me of that tornado scene in The Wizard of Oz. Other times the orchestra set the mood for the song, whether the sound was very big and dramatic or slower and thought-provoking. Now, as I mentioned, there is an orchestral version of the album. I listened to it. It was just the orchestra parts of the song, so it actually sounded like some kind of movie score. There were not any vocals or anything like that, so this is something that you like. Check it out. Maybe you will think it's pretty cool. The fourth aspect is the classical music or movie score sound of the album. I know this is almost the same thing as the symphonic element, but I wanted to talk about the 3 instrumentals on the album. The opening track is called Service Venator. This sounds like a classical concerto. It doesn't resemble anything you would hear in black metal, or at least I don't think it does. I might be wrong. You can correct me. There's a song in the middle of the album called Anima Extraneae. This was soft and relaxing, more of a happy tone. It reminded me of those scenes from Star Wars with Luke Skywalker on Tatooine. The ending track's an instrumental called Sonata Profana, which the word sonata actually means instrumental. So this sounds like classical music, and it closes the album. The last aspect of the album I want to talk about are the lyrics. The lyrics are very deep and not always easy to interpret, but I'll do my best. So we have the Promethean spark. This one I believe to be a reference to the Greek myth of Prometheus. He stole fire from the gods and gave it to humanity. This could symbolize the act of creation. Then we have the lyrics to A Distance Between Us. This refers to an emotional distance or a misunderstanding between individuals. Then we have At the Heart of All Things Broken, the longest song at 9 minutes. And the last song before the instrumental at the end, so pretty much like the last song. The song wraps up everything. It's about looking back or having returned from a journey. It could also be about someone who is reflecting on the rewards and sacrifices that were made along the journey. In conclusion, this is definitely the most unique album I've heard this year. I think it's a good album for non-black metal fans who want to get an idea of what this genre is about, because it is easier to listen to than a traditional black metal album, so I feel that this would be a good way to ease into the genre. As I think that there's enough black metal here to please the black metal fan. Also because Ihsahn is a legend in the genre, being that he was part of that second wave of black metal with the band Emperor, which is also one of the most popular bands among fans, even if that band didn't really last too long anyway. But I think this is a great album. My score is going to be a 9 out of 10. If you like black metal, check out my list of the top 10 black metal albums of 2023. My list is probably different than some of the others. I still consider myself a newbie to the genre, so it might be unique. Also, please like this video. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you in the next one.